Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Balava Girivaradhari
Gopi Jana Balava Girivaradhari
Gopi Jana Balava Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodhanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodhanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Shri Radhe Jaya Lalita Visakha Lalita Visakha Lalita Visakha Jaya Lalita Visakha Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Namaha Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Shrimati Gopal Krishna Goswami Prabhupada Sahityam Yapakasha Vitiraja Pacharangirvan Shadogat Pati Manvaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Shatarine Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyanam Gyana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalang Shri Gurung Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupang Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrisabhānusutadevi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashati Ghaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So continue reading from Bhagavad-Gita as it is. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Chapter 2, contents of the Gita summarized, text number 37 and 38. Because 37 is quite short. Only one sentence purport. And 37 and 38, they are connected. So I asked Dharmatma Prabhu if I can do it. And he said, yes, it's okay. So the devotee tomorrow will also do the 38. Because you cannot do one without the other, 37 and 38. It's okay, you can speak in the same sloka for the whole year. So many angles or point of view whereby the devotee who will study the Bhagavad-Gita, he'll come to many understanding and explanation. Okay, text 37. Hato prāpsyasi svargaṁ jitvā bhokṣyase mahīm tasmād uttiṣṭha kaunteya yuddhāya kṛta-niścayaḥ hato prāpsyasi svargaṁ jitvā bhokṣyase mahīm tasmād uttiṣṭha kaunteya yuddhāya kṛta-niścayaḥ. Svargam jitvā bhokṣyase mahīm tasmād uttiṣṭha kaunteya yuddhāya kṛta-niścayaḥ. Hato prāpsyasi svargam jitvā bhokṣyase mahīm tasmād uttiṣṭha kaunteya yuddhāya kṛta-niścayaḥ. Hato prāpsyasi svargam jitvā bhokṣyase mahīm tasmād uttiṣṭha kaunteya. Okay, Matajis. Try it. Prāpsyasi svargam jitvā bhokṣyase mahīm tasmād uttiṣṭha kaunteya yuddhāya kṛta-niścayaḥ. Hato prāpsyasi svargam jitvā bhokṣyase mahīm tasmād uttiṣṭha kaunteya yuddhāya kṛta-niścayaḥ. Okay, we read word for word meaning. Hataḥ, being killed. Va, either. Prāpsyasi, you gain. Svargam, the heavenly kingdom. Jitvā, by conquering. Va, oh, sorry, I lost the computer. Where are we now? Bhokṣyase, you enjoy. Mahīm, the world. Tasmāt, therefore. Uttiṣṭha, get up. Kaunteya, O son of Kuntī. Yuddhāya, to fight. Kṛta, determined. Niścayaḥ, in certainty. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O son of Kuntī, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up with determination and fight. Purport. Even though there was no certainty of victory for Arjuna's side, he still had to fight. For even being killed there, he could be elevated into the heavenly planets. Let's see. Prabhupada's part of the further explanation. Arjuna had concluded that fighting would bring him not enjoyment but misery. So Krishna here defeats that point. Quote, winning the battle, unquote. Arjuna thought will cause the death of those with whom I would have enjoyed the kingdom. Losing will mean my own death. Krishna's words reverses Arjuna's plan for attaining happiness. If you are killed in the battlefield, you will attain the heavenly planets. If you are victorious, you will enjoy the earthly kingdom. Because there is no loss in either event. Krishna says, get up and fight with determination. Krishna's arguments meant to inspire Arjuna to fight are a particular set of instructions that address material enjoyment based upon identifying oneself with one's body as the motivating force behind Arjuna's performance of duty. Krishna ends this section in the next verse and then takes the discussion in verse 39 to the higher level of working in knowledge. So, Lord Krishna is instigating Arjuna to fight. You're a Kshatriya, we discussed that last week. You're a Kshatriya, and therefore your duty is to fight, to protect. And this is the meaning of Kshatriya, to protect. And if you win, it'll be good. You'll enjoy the earthly kingdom. And if you're going to be killed in the battle, you attain heavenly planets. So both ways is like a win-win situation. You've heard of that, win-win, right? Not win-lose or lose-lose or lose-win. Both sides, either, but he has to do his duty. There's no choice. Being a Kshatriya, he has to do his duty to fight. And the result, again, is up to Krishna. You should not be worried about that. We've heard of, he told Arjuna, you don't worry, they're all being killed by me already. All you have to do is do your duty to fight. So, that this concluded, there is a connection between this one, let me see that again. There is a connection between this verse and text 38 and the argument that's being given to inspire, to convince, to encourage Arjuna to fight. Either or, you'll have material enjoyment. That means heavenly pleasure is also material enjoyment. And at the same time, even if you win, even the battle, again, that is also material enjoyment. Even though one of Arjuna's main reason why not to fight is this: what is the use of winning the battle and killed all of my kinsmen? How can I enjoy? How can I enjoy alone? No one enjoys alone, right? No man is an island. You have to keep company with the same like-minded devotees or those who are more advanced than you, then you'll get benefit. So, this is connected. This is connected to text 38. So we go back to text 38 now. Sukha-dukkhe same kṛtva. You have it here? No. Who's in charge of this? It's not there? It's okay. I will go text 38. Sukha-dukkhe same kṛtva labha labho. Oh, it's right there. Labho labho jaya jayo. You want to follow? I just do it myself, okay? Sukha-dukkhe same kṛtva labha labho jayo jayo. Tato yuddhāya yuddhyasva naivang papang bhokṣyase. Somebody else? Sukha-dukkhe same kṛtva labha labho jayo jayo. Tato yuddhāya yuddhyasva prāpsyasi. Okay, I'll do the translation now. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting, without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by doing so, you shall never incur sin. Again, everybody, please repeat. Do thou fight.
Do thou fight.
For the sake of fighting.
For the sake of fighting.
Without considering happiness.
Without considering happiness.
Or distress.
Or distress.
Loss or gain.
Loss or gain.
Victory or defeat.
Victory or defeat.
And by so doing,
you
shall never incur sin.
You shall never incur sin.
Purport. Lord Krishna now directly says to Arjuna, should fight for the sake of fighting, because he desires the battle. Who desires the battle? Krishna. Arjuna doesn't want to get involved. Duryodhana is very much adamant, determined not to give even a space the size of the top of a pin. how can you stay? How can you stand there? You cannot even stand with your, with your toe. No, that means nothing for you, everything for me. This is the mentality of Duryodhana. Very cruel, very envious. There is no consideration of happiness or distress, profit or loss, victory or defeat in the activities of Krishna consciousness. This is a very important point here. In the actions that we do for the pleasure of the Lord or His devotees, we don't weigh. We're not expecting that something will come back for me. We perform those activities not expecting anything in return. That is the highest. We just have to do our duty. Because when we do our duty for Lord Krishna, that means there is love. It may not be fully bloomed love. Just like Mother Yasoda, her duty is to take care of Lord Krishna. But she has so much love, the highest in Vatsalya Ras. So here, Arjuna says, you don't worry, you just do it because I desire it. I want you to fight, but no consideration of happiness or distress. Just do your duty. So in the beginning, Arjuna doesn't want to fight, but ultimately, he'll do it for Krishna's pleasure, because they're friends at the same time. You want to please your friend, right? So you will do anything and everything for your friend, but not in the negative way. There is what you call also partners in crime. You've heard of that? Partners in crime. I mean, the real friends, even though, in bad situation, they go together. But not in Krishna consciousness. We don't do that. That everything should be performed for the sake of Krishna is transcendental consciousness. So there is no reaction to material activities. That's why action in Krishna consciousness means karma-free. There's no reaction. Only when we do things for my own benefit or my family's benefit or my friends or my loved ones, you want to please them materially, you want to please yourself by enjoying the senses with the sense objects, then there is karma. There is a reaction. But for Krishna or for His devotees, no. Nyet. Nahi. No karma, no reaction. He who acts for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or in passion, is subject to the reaction, good or bad. As Prabhupada says, in the material world, there is no such thing as good. Good is also bad. Well, why is that? Good is also bad. Yes, because if you do good things, let's say pious activities, therefore you have to come back again. Because there is karma. Doing good is not good enough. But doing in pure goodness, that's only applicable to Krishna. Doing good is mundane, still material. And therefore there is still a reaction. It's like helping an old lady cross the street. A lot of cars. I've seen a video, there's a person also, there's a family of dogs, the siblings, they're all behind. And then one person will stop the traffic and let these little creatures walk. So that is a mode of goodness, so that they will not be trampled by the car. But that is not good enough. Still, one has to come back for that. But he who has completely surrendered himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness is no longer obliged to anyone, nor is he a debtor to anyone, as one is in the ordinary course of activities. Now we'll see. Divarsi bhutapta nidang pitrinang naking karunayam rini charajan sarvatmanaya saranang saranyam gato mukundang parihrit kartam. Anyone who has completely surrendered unto Krishna Mukunda, giving up all other duties, is no longer a debtor, nor is he obliged to anyone, not the demigods, not the sages, nor the people in general, nor kinsmen, nor humanity, nor forefathers. Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th Canto, Chapter 5, Text 41. That is the indirect hint given by Krishna to Arjuna in this verse, and the matter will be more clearly explained in the following verses. So as soon as we take birth in this human form, automatically we owe many, many living entities. We owe our parents, our mother and father. We owe our ancestors, the grandparents, or the father and mother of our parents. Because without them, we will not be here also. Or they trained up, they taught us when we're still young how to behave properly, how to be respectful, how to be honest, how to be kind. It may seem like these are mundane qualities, yeah, because real qualities can be only applied to Krishna consciousness. But that helps us mold our life in such a way that we become strong, a strong personality, or a well-behaved personality. It is very difficult, especially if we are surrounded by low-class people, to have a good mannerism, let's say. So our parents taught that. So we have to somehow repay them back. Or the demigods. The demigods, they're the ones who are responsible how we can, like Lord Brahma. Without him, that's why our eyes are blinking, because of him. Remember the gopis? They curse Lord Brahma for being an imperfect creator that made their eyelids close, even for a fraction of a second. Because whenever that happens, then they're not be able to have darshan of Lord Krishna. The air that we breathe, yes, from Vayu, or the sunlight, the sunshine, whereby it helps us gain strength. If you are sick, you just go have Surya Snan. You'll get your health quickly. Rather than if you are in ICU. How can you gain quick recovery there? You can only do it when the sun, the air, the water, everything. This is provided by the demigods. How we pass, this is also controlled by the demigods. Our different organs and so on. The sages, we owe the sages as well. Sages means sadhus, because they teach us how to become detached from this material world. They also wrote transcendental literatures for the benefit of human society, like Vyasadeva. Without Vyasadeva, there is no Bhagavad-Gita. There is no Srimad Bhagavatam. How will we be able to understand the path to tread, going back home, back to Godhead. It'll be impossible without them, isn't it? We'll be in darkness, we'll be in ignorance, we'll be in Maya. So we owe them. People in general, we also owe people in general, like the ones who built the highway, Trans-Yamuna Highway, from Delhi to Vrindavan. Now you can go even up to Mumbai by driving. Very nice road. So we owe them, in a sense, to make our life convenient. So we can enjoy materially. Again here, the kinsmen, that means our forefathers, or humanity at large. There are some good things that they've done also well. So like they invent medicines, how to cure the ailments or diseases. Many ways that they have done in the mode of goodness as well, or forefathers. So, Lord Krishna is indirectly hinting, giving a hint to Arjuna. Let me see what is the explanation of surrender. Reasoned earlier that fighting Arjuna, the battle would cause him to suffer prolonged sinful reactions. But no, there is no reaction because Krishna administered the whole battle. He arranged the whole battle to establish the principles of Dharma, religion. So if the spiritual master also arranged something for the disciple, it is a disciple's duty to follow that instruction. Of course, the spiritual master will not instruct disciple contrary to the principles of religion. In the early days when Srila Prabhupada says, okay, you open a center here, you open a center there, and they're just like, some of them are teenagers, like no elder than 25 years old. And they will feel that they are empowered. They don't know how to open a center. They didn't say, of course, one time when Srila Prabhupada was printing so many, he's pumping the translation. And there is a big backlog of books that needs to be printed. And he just finished the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he told the disciples, you have to print this book, the Chaitanya Charitamrita. And usually it takes 2 months per one book to be printed. They can print, that is the speed of how they're printing. But then Prabhupada says, I want you to print these 17 volumes in 2 months. How is that? Before 1 book per 2 months, now it's 17 books in 2 months. So one of the disciples says, Srila Prabhupada, this is impossible. Srila Prabhupada says, no. Impossible can only be found in the Fool's Dictionary. You see, it's unbelievable. And Prabhupada says, okay, I will not go anywhere, I'll just stay. And if you need to be something to be clarified, some discussion. For 2 months they did a marathon. They didn't practically sleep. Or they're just there in the working area. They sleep there, they eat there, they did everything there. And they did it. And some of these paintings are like that. From the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Like this. Yes. They did it so fast. So, Arjuna doesn't want to fight. Thinking that, oh, I will suffer if I do. Devotees, disciples, they don't think like that. That if I did not follow, if I did not follow the instructions of the Guru, then I will suffer. So let me follow the instructions. I was listening the other day. Prabhupada says Vani is more important than Vapu. Instructions. So previously in verses 11 to 30, to remove Arjuna's arguments against fighting. Let me see here what happened. Yes. Winning the battle may incur sin because I'll be killing my kinsman. And then it says here, Krishna explains that no sin will be incurred by one who executes his duty in proper consciousness. Yes, we have to do our duty with love and devotion. In the beginning, we don't have love and devotion. But we need some gyan, some knowledge to execute our duty. And we have to follow it accordingly, how the Shastra says how we should do it. It's like, say, a pujari. His duty is to take care of the deities. But he doesn't go on the altar and do whatever he likes to do, whatever he thinks. Okay, I think it's like, no, there's a certain procedure. There's a logical arrangement of sequence what needs to be done. It's like before you enter, you have to do achaman, or before that, you have to take a bath. No one goes in the altar without taking a bath. That's number one. Cleanliness and punctuality. So when he enters, before entering, he will chant different mantras. Prayers to the spiritual master and the predecessor acharyas. So many things. Then he enters, he has to ring the bell. Isn't it? We don't go inside the temple without knocking on the door. So all of these things has to be done. It's very scientific. This is why he called it scientific. This is why Prabhupada says, Krishna consciousness is a science. So, again, Arjuna and other warriors are eternal souls. So no one would die. Actually, no one died. The body may have perished, but they kept going. The soul is eternal, never dies, which unavoidably perishes, can be slain. After presenting those arguments, Krishna encouraged Arjuna to fight based on fruitive considerations, karma, to gain pleasure and to avoid suffering. His argument now is that it's okay, you have to do it. Even not on the spiritual platform. Materially, you have to do it. It is your duty, and you will not be the loser. Now Krishna instructs Arjuna to combine both jnana, knowledge, and karma, and to fight with detachment. Now this is spiritual now. Without being attached to the result. Remember the first part of the second chapter is about karma or jnana. Next, we just finished the jnana section. Working, or karma section. Working in this consciousness is technically called niskama karma or buddhi-yoga. Detached work on the platform of knowledge. niskama karma. So how many are doing that in the material world? Working but being detached. They're so attached to the result. Prabhupada would say, if you tell the workers tomorrow you will not have any more salaries, no, will the worker continue to work the next day? Forget that. They'll have a strike. They'll have a protest, a big one. Not until they have a raise or have their... But you have to work. You have to work. But I'm not giving you any salary. They will not work. But in the spiritual platform, bhakti means voluntary, isn't it? But once we have the taste, we just keep on doing it. In the beginning, there is no taste. But we're doing it out of duty, without love. But then, after some time doing our duty properly, then our love starts to bloom, starts to sprout. Working in this consciousness is called niskama karma. This is niskama karma. Srila Baladev Vidyabhusan defines buddhi yoga as niskama karma yoga, incorporating jnana within oneself. Yes, jnana is needed, of course. But a person who chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he doesn't need jnana. He already attained being on that platform that he's like the topmost jnani. Now we've heard that story, right? Of the South Indian Brahmana. He was told by his Guru Maharaj to read Bhagavad-Gita. But he is not really very knowledgeable or intelligent. But he says that whenever I see, and he will be crying. He'll be crying. And people are laughing at him. Oh, look, he's reading Bhagavad-Gita, but he doesn't know how to read. Or upside down. Is that what we've heard? Upside down. But then, when he sees, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, why are you crying? Well, Guru Maharaj instructed me to read the Bhagavad-Gita, but I don't have any understanding of the Bhagavad-Gita. So why are you crying then? Oh, it's because whenever I see this picture of the Lord having been the chariot driver of his devotee, how much love the Lord gives to Arjuna to do this. He doesn't know, but he understood the conclusion of the Bhagavad-Gita. One can perform niskama karma yoga on one or of two levels depending upon the advancement of one's transcendental knowledge. One who simply has jnana, knowledge that he is not his body, performs niskama karma, detached work. Such a person receives no reactions for his work because his knowledge has fostered his detachment from his work's results. Okay, I know I'm not this body, as Prabhupada says. Understanding you're not the body is not good enough. What is the function of the soul? To serve Lord Krishna. This is on the platform. Okay, I'm not this body, but I have to do my work without attachment. It's still that is material. Because you're not offering the results to Krishna. However, one who has actual knowledge of Krishna consciousness, superior knowledge, he not only knows of his spiritual identity beyond his body, but he also knows that he is Krishna's eternal servant. Now you give the fruits to Krishna. You do your duty, you're not attached, but still if you are trying to enjoy the fruits, then there's still some reactions. You detach from the result, but again, what do you do after that? But if you offer to Krishna, the result, and understanding that you are Krishna's eternal servant, then there is no more reaction. Reaction materially. The result, one goes back home, back to Godhead. Such a person also performs niskama karma, but he receives no reactions for his work because he offers the fruits of his work to Krishna. It's like in Bhagavad-Gita, there are 2 sections, karma yoga, yeah? And then there's another one, karma yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. However, one who has actual knowledge of Krishna possesses superior knowledge. He not only knows of his spiritual identity beyond his body, but he also knows that he is Krishna's eternal servant. Both niskama karma yogis are free from reaction because they practice detachment in knowledge. But the niskama karma yogi who aspires for Krishna's loving service is far superior. So there are 2 types. The other one, he does not serve Krishna, but he's detached from performing his duties. And the second one, he's also detached from performing his duties, the results, but he offered the results to Krishna. That is a higher. Such a person performs niskama karma. Both niskama karma yogis are free from the reactions because they practice detachment. He may not yet be on the level, but the niskama karma yoga who aspires for Krishna's loving service is far superior. He may not yet be on the level of transcendental devotional service, but his activities will one day lead him to Krishna's lotus feet. He may not have that love, but he's doing his duty to serve Krishna. So eventually he'll attain Lord Krishna's lotus feet. The niskama karma yogi who knows only that he is not his body, if he desires Brahmananda liberation, gradually attain mukti. Or if his transcendental knowledge increases because he associates with Vaishnavas, he may elevate his desire and attain Krishna's service. I'm reading this from Surrender Unto Me by Burijan Prabhu. These are the combined commentaries of different acharyas. Srila Prabhupada's purport now brings this verse to the level of bhakti. Lord Krishna now directly says that Arjuna should fight for the sake of fighting because he desires the battle. There is no consideration. For the sake of fighting. Krishna in this verse has directly instructed Arjuna to fight, though his orders is in the form of requesting Arjuna to fight dutifully for the sake of fighting. Actually, Arjuna's fighting will ultimately be impelled by his desire to fulfill this order of Krishna's. So, in the beginning, we are like that. We just have to follow the orders of the higher authorities. And ultimately, we will do it later on with love and devotion, whatever we do. In the beginning, like chanting also, is like mechanical. Yeah? Do we chant with love and devotion already? First time we chant Hare Krishna? We will not be here by now. We will not be here. There's also saying, the good one goes first. That doesn't mean those who are last, they're not good. They're good also for some purpose. Says here, actually Arjuna's fighting will ultimately be impelled by his desire to fulfill this order of Krishna's. That is bhakti. Krishna wants Arjuna to fight on his order as his surrendered servant with bhakti, detached from the results In this way, Arjuna will remain sinless. That's why we have to follow in the footsteps of Arjuna. The whole message of the Bhagavad-Gita is for us to follow in the footsteps of Arjuna. So ultimately, we do it out of duty first, and then love will develop, and then ultimately, the result will be that we'll eternally live with Lord Krishna after this lifetime. Hopefully, as soon as possible. Okay? Any questions? Any comments? You may hear the same explanation tomorrow, but it's good to repeat it again and again. Any question? Huh? Or you understood? You understood?
Yes.
Huh? That's good. Okay, so we'll end up here now. And, oh yes, I'm going to turn this off first. Turn it off. Haribol, turn it off now. I'm going to give you a message. I'm going to, it's like off the record here so that you know. But don't tell practically.